Dear friends of Ocean Prediction, distinguished guests, dear ocean citizens from all over the world, I'm very, very happy to welcome you for the launch of this Ocean Prediction Decade Collaborative Center. I am Pierre. I'm the Director General of Mercator Ocean International, which is the entity entrusted for the implementation of this center. I'm speaking from Europe, from the south of France, in Toulouse, and I'm here with Enrique. He came from Madrid to join us and will be the technical coordinator of the center. So good afternoon, good evening, good morning to all of you. We have prepared this initiative of this collaborative center more than 1 year ago with what we believe was a large group of friends to outline the ambition, more than 60 organizations. But today we are more than 1,600 registered on the platform, representing more than 125 countries. So this is really fantastic. And my first word is thank you for this. It's a great encouragement. It fits our motivation, and it means that what we were feeling, which is this enthusiasm of our worldwide community, is really true. So thank you for being with us. I just want to greet Alberto from Mozambique, Amina from Tanzania, Q from Myanmar, Luis from Mexico, Guillermo from Spain, Timo from the Netherlands, Marcia from Indonesia, Katarina from the UK, and Sudhir from India, and all of you put some messages on the platform, and you have already fed this platform with contributions. So we will continue this. We will identify each other. We will pin our location on the map. You will have a link that will appear, and so that you can really see where we are and who is this Ocean Prediction worldwide community. So we will spend 2 days together for this event. We will travel around the world with different time zones so that everyone can contribute. We will move from the different continents to understand what is this Ocean Prediction community doing and what is our common ambition. We will record everything. So maybe you are watching this video afterwards. Maybe you want this to share this one with your colleagues. So this is exactly what we want to do, to have a collaborative platform and build this community with all the material we will have. Enrique will give us more details later. But for these opening sessions, the first objective is to understand why we will invest our time and energy in building this Ocean Prediction Decade Collaborative Center. And for this, I have invited leaders to explain why we should do that and why we will do that. So we will, of course, start with the IOC, the Intergovernmental Oceanographic Commission of the UNESCO, which is the real patron agency for this organization, for this initiative. We'll move to the Republic of Palau to hear from the voice of the government, then back to France, understand why what we are doing and what we will do all together. Here, from high-level representative of the European Commission that is doing so important work for the ocean prediction in Europe. And then we will hear from our future leaders, the younger generation, from the early career ocean professionals, with a small video from all over the world, but also with Rebecca and Sunada that are with us now, just to understand their hope, but also their demands, what we really want to achieve and how we will do that. We come back then to try to define in 7 points what is this Ocean Prediction Decade Collaborative Centers, and give the floor to Enrique to enter more into the details and take us into action and be sure that we know how to do and where to contribute and how we will, what is the plan for the coming years. Well, first, maybe I want to turn to the Executive Secretary of the IOC UNESCO, Mr. Vladimir Ryabinin. Vladimir Ryabinin has understood, maybe before anyone else, what could be the strength of such a decade collaborative centers and why the ocean prediction community worldwide was ready to enter into this activity. He is the real boss of this UN Decade of Ocean Science, which is really the framework that we have. And he and his team are doing a great job, and we can see how things are already moving ahead, how it has changed this for our community. But I'm very curious to hear from you, Vladimir, why you believe that these ocean prediction decade collaborative centers can do something useful for our community, for the IOC member states, and why you think that we should invest our energy in this. Dear Vladimir, you have the floor.
Thank you. Thank you so much, dear Pierre, honorable ministers, ladies and gentlemen, friends. So, indeed, I'm speaking and welcoming everyone to the Decade Collaborative Center on behalf of IOC of UNESCO, which is the home of ocean sciences in the United Nations system. So, as Pierre introduced the term, and we are going to use the acronym DCC, but the key word there is collaborative. So collaborative, means really a lot. In the modern world, partnership is the leadership, and this is exactly what we are trying to do in create a system of partnerships moving forward the ocean science. So, but the ocean science itself, the ocean decade is actually the largest undertaking in the history of ocean sciences. It's also very practical, moving towards ocean management, contributing to sustainable development. So, what is important in the decade is not only the right direction, but also its true gigantic size. So, we have already more than 200 different activities in the decade. We have 200 different projects, more than 40 different decade programs. It has never happened in the history of oceanography. So IOC is a small organization and coordinator of the decade being mandated by United Nations General Assembly. But we need friends, we need a system to move the decade forward. And the system for coordination and cooperation in the decade is based on the system of collaborative centers and decade coordination offices. So basically, this is an infrastructure that is going to run the decade forward. So in the moment, we have 9 decade collaborative centers, decade coordination officers. They will be definitely focusing on critical aspects of ocean sciences. For the Decade Collaborative Center, DCC on ocean prediction definitely links upstream, providing information, providing observation, turning this into data will be critically important. Why we need a DCC on ocean prediction? Ocean prediction is a key part of the whole value chain of oceanography. One of there will be many products, but one key product, for example, will be the digital twin of the ocean. With this digital twin that is coordinated, that is, I think, ocean sciences will become basically a coveted player, required player, needed player in moving forward so many decisions in the ocean, because those decisions will be based on the best science, they will be visible, they will be able to reproduce visually, and this will help the whole world to understand what is going to happen in the result of certain actions. So we're developing in the decade that important system. So what is happening in ocean prediction is also quite I think essential, because ocean prediction is expanding really fast, and there are many groups and activities focusing on the coastal ocean, focusing on biogeochemistry, focusing on ecology, and of course on physical oceanography. How this all going to work together? It is impossible to coordinate such a system. We know how Earth system models are developed. Basically, we need a collaborative environment. And the work of the Decade Collaborative Center will be to create such environment, professional, very friendly, and also offer to you a platform to get ideas, to be part of the whole story. And this will be coordinated, but not very hard coordinated, but it will be softly supported, enabling environment for development of ocean prediction, ocean modeling. So I would like to say that, of course, DCC is not going to do the work alone. We are going to support it. In the IOC, we have Decade Coordination Unit. As I already said, there are 9 centers around the world. Leading organizations are in the world, leading oceanographic institutions are now hosting these elements of this decentralized system in the decade. And with that, I think we can move forward to take our ocean observations, modeling and prediction, data simulation to a higher level. That will be also collaborative. And we'll do this in the developed countries, we do this in developing countries. And I think with that we need leaders. And Pierre and his team, Mercator, are really true leaders in this field. And I think what is very important, not egoistic leaders, altruistic leaders, helping. And this is exactly why they agreed to work with us to establish this Decade Collaborative Center. So with that, I would like to thank you, Pierre, your team for doing this. But also, I would like to invite everyone to be a part of this Decade Collaborative Center and benefit from this. And with that, we are going to build the foundation, the science foundation for ocean management to realize our dream of the ocean we need for the future we want. Thanks very much. I hope this was useful.
Thank you very much, Vladimir. It is useful and it is very well received. My dear colleagues, in April 2022, last year, you know that it was a fantastic year, this year 2022, with many highlights. And in April, the World Ocean was in Palau for the Our Ocean Conference. And it was a real privilege to see the blue planet from Pacific and to see the commitments that we need to reach and how we are able to reach to better protect and restore the ocean. We have the immense honor today to have the Minister of the Republic of Palau, Mr. Stephen Victor, with us. He is the Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries and Environment, and he has kindly accepted to give us his time to share his insight. So, Honorable Minister, dear Stephen, I'm more than happy to have you with us today, and be sure that your presence really feeds our motivations. We are ready to learn from you, to understand where to go and why we need to really move ahead. Honorable Minister, you have the floor.
Thank you, Pierre, and greetings to participants from Palau. I would like to take the opportunity to thank the organizers of this event for the opportunity to speak and provide my perspective on the importance of ocean and the critical need for ocean information toward ensuring a healthy and sustainable ocean for today and the future we want. Palauan people, culture, and livelihoods are inseparable from the ocean around us. Area-based management has been practiced in Palau for millennia. The goal of such efforts rings true today as it did back then. At Palau's coastal areas where benefits to coastal communities are more direct, we have achieved 30% full protection through the Palau Protected Areas Network, and with over 50% of our coastal marine areas under some form of national or local management regimes. The Palau National Marine Sanctuary has achieved protection of 80% of our exclusive economic zone, an area which has historically been accessed by foreign fishing fleets and provide revenues estimated at over 3% of our GDP. This protection has resulted in short-term revenue loss and additional forecasted long-term opportunity loss in both direct fisheries revenues to the government as well as other indirect revenues to our economy. And signs that reducing the supply of pelagic fish to the local market may intensify fishing pressure on coastal systems are beginning to emerge. It is these coastal systems that provides and protect coastal communities from impact of climate change. Distinguished delegates, there is a need to be adaptive in our management that is guided by good science and inclusive stakeholder engagement to ensure durability of management. This is where I believe reliable ocean prediction information to support policies is needed. We need authoritative voice of the ocean. Scientific, credible ocean information is that authoritative voice that we can follow to understand what the ocean is telling us and to act in the form of changes in our behavior toward nature, and more importantly, the political will to act on policies locally and globally that is needed to ensure a healthy and thriving ocean. Ladies and gentlemen, Palau as a small developing state needs ocean information, and because of our unique circumstance, of limited capacity and resources, are not able to derive that information on our own. We need this forum and especially the expertise that it can provide to deliver on some of those ocean information needs. No one nation or entity alone can do this, and we all need to collaborate to collect, synthesize, and communicate information that can be understood and acted upon by policymakers, resource practitioners, and the general public. The framework of the IOC UNESCO is called upon to help make the expertise available globally and to help ensure that appropriate connections are made by the experts to those who need the expertise and information. Distinguished delegates, I hope that between now and the UN Ocean Conference in 2025, that we have increased connections of experts, increased collaboration between experts and member states, and increase our knowledge of ocean information. This is very much needed to ensure that we chart the course for the future of the ocean we want. I look forward to seeing you at the UN Ocean Conference in 2025. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Dear Minister, thank you very much for these words. Thank you very much, and be sure we'll do our best to contribute. And what you explain about the thing that we have to work all together, that we cannot work in isolation, is very, very true and very well received. I would like now to turn to France. The French government is the first financial supporter of this collaborative center, and I just want publicly to thank them for this early support. But the ocean is also recognized at the highest level of the Republic of France as a major issue. France has organized the One Ocean Summit 1 year ago to open this blue year, and 3 years after the Lisbon Conference, France will host the UN Ocean Conference in 2025. We are fortunate now to have with us Mr. Ashok Adiseam. He is high-level counselor at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, working with the special envoy of the French president, the Ambassador Prof. Darbour, in this organization, the direct coordination and organization of these conferences. He is the one that would prepare the UN Ocean Conference, and I'm turning to him with great expectations to understand how we can help, how we can support. Ashok Adiseam is able to talk to head of states and to the scientists, to citizens, entrepreneurs, and I feel that we can really identify this milestone, this UN Ocean Conference in 2025, as a major milestone for what we want to achieve all together in these collaborative centers. So Ashok, dear Ashok, I turn to you to hear about your insights. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pierre. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Congratulations to Vladimir Ryabinin and the IOC UNESCO for putting this event and this session together in 2 days. We are here to listen first and to support, and it's our responsibility to make things happen, not in 2025, but starting now. And so we are very much very happy to be present and honored to share our insights. Honorable Minister Stephen Victor, thank you very much for your interactions, collaborations, and we're looking very much forward to develop our interactions with the upcoming One Island Summit for the Islands, One Planet Summit for the Islands, which is scheduled to be organized end of 23 or beginning of 24. First, I would like to take this opportunity to reiterate France's commitment to preserving the oceans. As you know, France is committed to protecting and preserving our oceans and has a key role in the multilateral processes involving oceans. Thank you, Pierre, for reminding that we started 2022 with the One Ocean Summit at the initiative of President Macron, and that with Olivier Prof. Darbour, the ambassador, we organized with a great support of the UN, starting with the Special Envoy Peter Thompson of the UN Secretary General, and of Vladimir Ryabinin and his team at the IOC UNESCO. We are so glad that we're ending this super year of 2022. We ended with COP15 in Montreal, which was successful. And the CBD agreement was concluded under Chinese presidency, which really gives us hope for the implementation and things that we have to do, all of us collectively. As you know, we embarked and involved ourselves very much in deep seas and BBNG, deep seas and high seas event at COP15, and in continuation of, in the wake of the position of France and other like-minded countries, we're going to develop our actions, our influence, we hope, our collective commitment towards deep seas and high seas in the months to come, and we won't wait for 2025, coming up with a proactive manifesto for science. So our presence here today and for the 2 days here with you is very timely, because we have to come up with a not only against deep sea mining, but a proactive scientific-led commitment to preserving, but also to developing our knowledge towards the ocean. I'm here for the second point also to recall, as you mentioned, France and Costa Rica, Costa Rica's proposal to host the third UN Ocean Conference. And we seek to pursue the momentum of engagement of 2022, which is essential to realizing the SDG 14, which is conserve and sustainably use the oceans, seas, and marine resources for sustainable development. So France and Costa Rica will be organizing the next UNOC in 2025, and I'm underlining the high-level themed event, which would take place in June 2024 in Costa Rica. And we're so happy, Pierre, that Costa Rica at the highest level is also joining us for these two sessions. We want to see this couple, this tandem, always together when we can and when time frame allows it, while we interact with, especially with the scientific community. So we are already embarking, and this starts now. This has started even a few weeks ago, and this is part of our presence here, into a transparent and inclusive process in the context of the UN General Assembly and with all countries, as well as the civil society, to share views, to listen, and to develop solutions towards the issues and develop our collective vision on those solutions. And the UNESCO, of course, will be a best partner, especially because we are in Paris and neighbors with UNESCO and with Vladimir when it comes to science and oceanography, as we did at the One Ocean Summit with Brest. I'm here also for the third point, which is to share our ongoing discussions on scientific cooperation. Thank you, Vladimir, for giving us this leadership, which is partnership. I noted partnership is leadership, and you're really with the UNESCO IOC a model for us to work as we did last year in developing these partnerships, especially when it comes to international partnerships dealing with science, which is actually at the foundation of all we should be doing and thinking, especially again, Honorable Minister Stephen Victor, in the Pacific, and we'll have the opportunity to discuss that. I won't be too long, but just again on the first point, welcoming the international momentum in favor of ocean governance. It was indeed a super year for the ocean and blue diplomacy, which is our job, a daily job at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, where I'm sitting with Ambassador Olivier Poivre d'Arvor. The negotiations for a binding instrument on plastic pollution is now launched. We have to follow up on that. The World Trade Organization reached an agreement to end subsidies for illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing. We have to follow up that as well. And of course, now we have that responsibility to take up the challenge of the declaration of Lisbon UNOC, which is our ocean, our future, our responsibility. We are happy that at COP27, thanks to our collective efforts, now the ocean and climate nexus has been included institutionally in the next COPs. The upcoming one in the Emirates in COP28 will be very crucial for that. As you know, or as you may know, France, and Costa Rica, we have offered, because we have that legitimacy now, to be co-facilitators of that dialogue, and we count on your supports, governments and also civil society, and also the UN, and also the science organizations. We are, as I said, very happy that in Montreal, under Chinese presidency, the CBD agreement was signed with this target, which is 2030, 30% of land and ocean preserved. As you know, at the One Planet Summit, there was this high ambition coalition on nature and people, which was launched and which now has 116 countries. So you may say, okay, now that it's signed, we can close that shop of the high ambition coalition. But no, actually, the point is now how to implement the 30 by 30. And again, science and ocean prediction, I'm not forgetting the thematic of this morning, is very important. As you know, there's a secretariat, a permanent secretariat, which has been implemented in Washington by WRI, World Resource Institution, that everybody knows, and the Jeff. And we have to follow up on that to make 2025 not a beginning, but we hope a moment where results on the 30 by 30, we're not going to wait for 2030, but results in 2025 would be shared, and we have to work now on the implementation of that 30 by 30. And again, science community, what the UNESCO's IOC is doing, what we are doing with Mercator International and all the partners in the scientific community will be very, very important. I won't develop too much because Olivier Porte d'Arvor and myself, we will join Costa Rica this afternoon for another session with you on the UNOC 2025. But just two words to conclude. It is essential, of course, to pursue the global momentum in favor of global ocean protection and accomplish the SDG 14 by 2030. So 2025 is a one step ahead, and for us to share results on each of the 6-7 sous-objectifs, the targets under SDG 14, the main one being ocean funding. I would say that the two main mantras are ocean science and ocean funding, which have to come together, offering solutions towards announcements in 2025. We are embarking, as I told you, with Costa Rica in a huge process of consultation. So please share with us. We're going to launch similarly to what you're doing, Vladimir and Pierre, 3 days consultation in April, but to receive actually ideas and projects by then for it to be integrated in the program that France and Costa Rica we're going to submit to the UN organization, the UN DESA, but also to the different countries, hopefully, who would vote our modalities resolution. And lastly, just to open up the discussion with all of you, and if she's listening, I'm greeting her, Françoise Gale. We want to share the ongoing discussions about creating an international panel for ocean sustainability within this framework of our work, France work for UNOC, an IPOS, which could work hand in hand with the World Ocean Assessment of the UN and within the Ocean Decade of IOC UNESCO, of course. In two words, the short-term objectives of IPOS is to create an international platform that will work for 2 years on the first synthesis of existing knowledge and recommendations on the ocean in the light of the Sustainable Development Objectives. The medium-term objective is to co-construct a proposal for a platform of intergovernmental actors for a sustainable ocean to be presented on the next UNOC. Finally, IPOS wishes to link entities that have contributed knowledge in the ocean domain. It's not a question of redoing, of course, the work of that others have already done, but to make available to everyone, the public, decision makers and politicians, a comprehensive account of the current situation of this ocean, common good of humanity, and action to be taken to have a sustainable ocean in the future. So I won't go into details of this project, but I wanted to underline this because this is the right opportunity also to be concrete in our proposals and in our ideas. So with that, I would just say one word, which again has been inspired by Stephen Victor's introduction. You know that the High Ambition Coalition for Nature and People is something which is very dear to our hearts, because we launched this High Ambition Coalition within the One Ocean, the One Planet Summit platform with President Macron. As I told you, 30 by 30 is going to be one of the main topics, not the main, but definitely not the only one, but one of the main high ambition targets of our program. I would just like to add that listening to you, Minister, I think that we should, at least for ourselves, recall that High Ambition Coalition as for nature, culture, and people. Nature, culture, and people. And when I say culture, of course, it implies and integrates science. We have to develop the culture of science and the science of culture in all what we do. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ashok. And you can count on our community to really feed this nature, culture, and I missed the third one, but this is people. And if you need to contact this community, well, you know where to go. I mean, we are, as again, we say that we are a network of more than 1,600 people that are really, I think, are representative of what we want to achieve, and we will do more. My colleagues in Europe, they know this very well. I mean, the European Commission has been instrumental in structuring, organizing the ocean prediction. Without the European Commission, we won't have this ocean prediction maturity today. It has been done in the frame of the Copernicus program and in many other places, the European Commission, where the ocean is really recognized today as a major topic, cross-cutting different directorates. We are lucky today to have with us Mr. Timo Pessonen. He is the Director General of the Directorate General for Defense Space, and he is the real one, where the Copernicus is implemented. He leads major investment, Mr. Pessonen, for observations, satellite, so observation infrastructures, for digital infrastructure for services, Copernicus and others. And he is today, it has seen us grow and mature as an ocean prediction community in Europe. And he is now encouraging us to go international, to connect, to open partnerships. And we feel the full support of the European Commission in doing this. And he has identified Ocean Prediction Decade Collaborative Center as an instrument for this. Mr. Director General, thank you very much for being with us today. I give you the floor.
And thank you very much, Pierre. Thank you very much for organizing this important kickoff event, and my best wishes for New Year also to the Mr. Minister and all the other colleagues joining today with us. Let's make 2023 better than 2022, not only for oceans but also for the peace in Europe. I think it's very important that, you know, Pierre, as you said, that we are putting together, I mean, the colleagues from different sectors and activities under one clear objectives, to create a genuine and broad partnership in support of ocean sustainability. I think the participation of these important players today from every part of the world underlines the both urgency and the significance of this initiative. And you can count on European Commission support for you, as Pierre, you already mentioned. Our President, Ms. von der Leyen, she stated last year at the One Ocean Summit hosted by President Macron, and I quote Mrs. President von der Leyen, "The ocean is too large for any one of us, and yet so fragile that our individual actions matter. It is time for an alliance between us and the ocean, and Europe is ready." So this sense of urgency is already reflected in the European Commission's approach We are active member in the G7 Future of the Seas and Oceans initiative and of the group on the Earth observation, leading the international ocean governance and the Arctic policy. This is a testimony of how much oceans matter for us, but also that we can only make difference if we work together, beyond borders and across regions in our planet. Oceans suffer, and that directly affects our life across this planet. Already pollution by the oceans was mentioned, by plastics, the toxic metals, manufactured chemicals, pesticides, sewage, you name it. It's killing and contaminating the fish that feed 3 billion people. Coastal pollution spreads life-threatening infections, just to name some of the dire consequences that ocean pollution and overexploitation cause. But our focus should not only be on these profound challenges. Challenges bring also an opportunity for innovation. In the European Union, we have placed sustainability at the heart of our growth strategy. We have Green Deal program in that. I think that similar approach based on an overarching mission with clear ambitious objectives is needed also for the oceans. That's why we are taking concrete action, mobilizing all instruments at our disposal across the Commission services, as Pierre already underlined. We have launched the mission to restore our ocean and waters by 2030, and we are devoting 500 million euros from the world's largest research and development program, Horizon Europe, to push the frontiers of the unknown and regenerate our oceans for the benefit of humankind. This will build on the foundation of cooperation between the European Union and the ocean community, which go way back indeed. 25 years ago, the European Commission and the Space Agency in Europe, we were pioneers in defining the environment as a world heritage carrying our future. This marked the birth of the Copernicus program. Our Earth observation constellation, one of our flagships, as Pierre already mentioned. And second one is, of course, the Galileo, the satellite navigation, and the third one is an IRIS, a secure space-based connectivity program, which we have just launched. Copernicus operates dedicated observation capacities for oceans. These are interlinked with the other Copernicus environmental monitoring services for the atmosphere, territorial development, emergency situation, security, and climate change. These abilities will be further strengthened within the next years with the evolution of Copernicus. We are working on the new generation of Copernicus, and the sustainability is in the heart of our work, as underlined by Mr. Thierry Breton, Commissioner in charge of space. The key milestone for the EU's contribution to the oceanic community was the development of a reliable and operational European Ocean Forecasting Centre to monitor and forecast EU seas and to deliver global ocean services. The fruit of hard work since 2009 and close cooperation between the Commission and oceanographers. I'm of course referring to the Copernicus Marine Service, which has been successfully implemented by Mercator Ocean. And I salute that. Its added value for business, academia, and national authorities cannot be overstated. It has been contributing to better legislation for our seas and oceans and supporting the fight against marine pollution and overexploitation, the protection of biodiversity, safety at sea, and maritime routing, among other uses. And most importantly, the services offered by Copernicus are full, free, and open. Building on this solid foundation, we raised the ambition with new initiatives. For instance, in the new Horizon Europe mission, Restore Our Oceans and Waters. Its objective is to support the development of a platform for global cooperation to restore our oceans and waters by 2030. In line with the European Green Deal, this mission seeks to protect and restore marine and freshwater ecosystems, prevent and eliminate pollution, and make the blue economy climate neutral and circular. Moreover, leveraging on existing European science and assets, the European Commission is investing 13 million euros to develop a core European digital twin ocean. We are currently connecting our assets, Copernicus, marine observation, infrastructure, social ecological science, and high-performance computing. We will turn raw data into real-time knowledge and longer-term predictions. This should be ready in 2024, 2025, so we are working full speed with this. And this will be our best and most innovative place for collaboration and cooperation, sharing digitally the latest science, data, and models. It will make ocean knowledge open access, available to citizens, scientists, and policymakers around the world. I am confident that this positive and constructive experience will fuel the efforts we are launching today, joining forces with existing and new partners. It is indeed with great pride that today I am representing the European Commission as we are setting off with this new international effort and support the UNDCAID Collaborative Center for Ocean Predictions. And we invite all countries to work together, all scientists, all explorers, or oceanographers. So let's make together the UNDCAID Collaborative Center for Ocean Predictions a powerful tool to turn the tide and let our oceans teem with life again. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair, and I wish you a very fruitful 2 days conference where my colleagues and experts are also participating. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Timo, and be sure that we will use our European framework and what we have learned with you to really learn from our colleagues on the other continents and see what we can build all together at the international level. We will really do that. Well, we have listened our leaders from IOC UNESCO, from Palau, from France, from the European Commission, but maybe Enrique, we could turn to the young generation and hear our future leaders now.
Yeah, essentially, OceanPrediction DCC will be about the future. So what is the best way, we wonder ourselves, what is the best way to look into the future? And the best way is to ask to our next leaders, to our future leaders, what's their own view about the future of the ocean. So we asked them to send us a short recording with their ideas, and we were overwhelmed by the response. We received more than 30 videos with that, and we were not able to put all the replies in a single video, but somehow in a random way, we got some of the replies, and we put these replies in this nice video. Please, video in.
Hi, my name is Samantha McGuire, and I am from the United States of America.
My name is Hannah Lochan. I am from Trinidad and Tobago.
My name is Susmita Raulo. I am from India.
My name is Paula. I'm from Brazil.
Mijn naam is Sanne Bast. Ik kom uit Nederland.
Naitwa Mwanarusi Mwafrika, natokea nchini Kenya.
My name is Chandrasekhar. I'm from India.
My name is Denise. I am from Brazil.
My name is Dana Anyoso. I'm from Kenya.
My name is Fernando. I'm from Brazil.
My name is Sandra MP. I'm from India.
My name is Hirens Onguka. I'm from Kenya.
I am a marine scientist.
I am an oceanographer and data scientist.
I am an outreach and marine education specialist.
And a marine biologist.
I'm an oceanographer.
En ik ben zeiler, duiker en student milieu- en natuurwetenschappen aan de Open Universiteit.
I'm working as project scientist at Indian Tsunami Early Warning Center.
And I'm an oceanographer.
My vision for the future of the ocean is that everyone will be educated about marine science and have access to lots of accurate information.
My vision for the future of the ocean is one where society understands how tightly bounded we are with the ocean. And so we deepen our knowledge and we start to treat it with the proper respect and attention it deserves.
My vision for the ocean has always been having fully functioning marine ecosystem whose resources and benefits are sustainably felt by everyone regardless of their placement.
My vision for the future of the ocean is very optimistic, and I believe we can all work together for the ocean's benefit and for our own benefit.
My vision for the future of the oceans is a pollution-free ocean, plastic-free ocean that enhances the thrival of life underwater. My vision for the future of the ocean is for everyone to come together despite differences,
to prioritize ocean conservation.
Y mi predicción para los océanos del futuro es que espero que podamos trabajar fuertemente para cuidar los ríos que al final van a desembocar los océanos y de que nuestras familias, nuestros nietos, nuestros hijos puedan disfrutar de esto, porque es tiempo de tomar acción para cuidar el océano, para cuidar el agua por el mundo.
Je rêve d'un futur dans lequel les êtres vivant dans les océans sont protégés de tout danger et où les océans ne sont plus surexploités pour la satisfaction des besoins des êtres humains.
My vision for the future of the ocean is seeing people from all over the world work together to keep our seas free of debris.
Maono yangu ya bahari kwa miaka ijayo ni kwanza kumwezesha mvuvi kwa zana za kisasa. Pili, kuwe na kustawi kwa chakula na hata biashara. Tatu, kuwe na mipangilio ya uhifadhi wa bahari ili kupunguza uchafuzi na hata kuleta ongezeko la bioanuai, kuboresha afya ya binadamu, kuwe na upungufu wa carbon footprint.
My vision for the future of the ocean is that everybody could learn more about it. Because once people have knowledge about something, they are inspired to take care of it.
Mijn visie voor de toekomst van de oceaan is er een waarin we als mens de gast zijn. Eén waarin we de oceaan en haar inwoners met respect behandelen en volop kunnen genieten van al haar pracht en kracht.
My vision for future ocean is to ensure an inclusive, engaging, and inspiring ocean that is accessible for all.
My vision for the future of this ocean is a sustainable one where we're able to take resources without further depleting what we have left.
This is why I joined the Ocean Prediction community.
That's why I joined the Ocean Prediction community.
I joined Ocean Prediction. J'ai décidé de rejoindre Ocean Prediction.
Daarom sluit ik me aan bij de Ocean Prediction gemeenschap.
I joined Ocean Prediction Community.
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 I joined the Ocean Prediction Community.
Thank you very much, Enrique, and all the team, and for all these messages. I mean, I must say it has been the idea was launched just before Christmas, and wow, we received all these messages. So this is really where the leadership is, and we know why we are working. I'm turning now to Rebecca Zitoun and Sunanda Narayanan. They are our early career ocean professionals, but they are our future leaders, and they are kind enough to be with us to explain what are really their commitments. They are doing PhD. Rebecca is a postdoc research at Guiomar in Germany. Sunanda is at the Indian Institute of Technology, Kanpur in India. They are experts, but they are also really involved in the development and the recognition of this early career ocean professional network, and they want really to express their motivation, but I think also their commitments, but their demands for what we will do. Please, Rebecca and Sunanda, you have the floor.
I take it as a privilege and pride to identify myself as an ECOP. Many ECOPs across the world are working in different aspects of ocean, ranging from tropical cyclones to ocean acidification and important aspects of climate change, as we have seen in the video. We need to ensure data accessibility, resources, technology, and expertise as each of us ultimately aims to achieve a better forecasted ocean. We believe it is the science that serves as the key element for solving these troubles. We want to ensure fair care principles and equitable accessibility to make knowledge and data available to all. With all this, we will reach our goal of achieving a sustainable, predicted, and a productive ocean as ECOPs play the bigger picture in it. Predicting ocean and accurate forecast requires involvement of researchers, modelers, observers, and forecasters across the world. Well, all these takes a lot of time, efforts, and a lot of computational resources are required to get these working. Young people are the ones who are curious, and this is an excellent opportunity to involve the young people to enter various programs such as STEM to contribute to the vision and mission of the UN Decade of Ocean Science. At the same time, we need to ensure knowledge exchange with the public and the common man in a way they understand, and we will grow, learn, and stand on the shoulders of the giant to ensure capacity building. We also would like to bring to notice the training programs, opportunities for young minds to get involved in decade activities. I now hand over to Rebecca to talk about the inclusion of ECOPs.
Thank you, Sunanda. When we talk about the decade, we talk about the 10-decade challenges we have to overcome. And they're called challenges because we don't know how to solve them, at least not yet. And if we want to or have the hope to solve them in the future, we really need new ideas, we need new innovations, and we need new ways of doing things. And for that, we need new thinkers. We need new people at the table, people that have previously been excluded, and we need a new generation that thinks inherently differently from the last generation. For that, we need a drastic systematic change. Because to do the science we need for the ocean we want, we need a strong, confident, and diverse workforce to do that science we need for the ocean we want. So we must train ECOPs differently, we must give them a voice and ownership, and we must support our ECOPs so they can actually lead. So they are not just a tick in an inclusion box or part of a program to balance out a quota, but become actual leaders. So how do we do this? We must bring ECOPs to the table from the beginning to co-develop initiatives, programs, and working group topics from the get-go. We must bring ECOPs directly to global experts so they can learn from them about best practices and ocean prediction firsthand via real meaningful exchanges and not just via webinars. We must create safe spaces where ECOPs feel heard, they feel valued by all project members so that they can voice uncertainties and so they can ask for additional support. And we must help ECOPs wherever and whenever possible to take on high-profile opportunities to further their careers. And what we must really do is create an ego-free environment where people celebrate each other's successes, where failure is a welcoming learning experience, and where we put people in front of outcomes. So we here today need to become champions for ECOPs. We need to focus on nurturing their potential and pushing forward their creative ideas. And if we do that, we will learn and grow with our ECOPs, and we will advance our initiatives and programs with them. And we will indeed create the ocean we want together. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sunanda. Thank you very much, Rebecca. Very clear, and very well received. Yes, we need to celebrate successes, and yes, we must really design all together with you, and please help us and force us to really consider what we cannot see, because I'm sure that you have, more to say that I can imagine. So thank you very much for this. I just want now to try to explain in 7 cards, 7 slides, only what could be the plan for this Decade Collaborative Center. And thanking again you all, from Vladimir to Rebecca, for what you have proposed to us to explain and to feed our motivation. So if you could go back to the first slide and starting with number 1. Okay, please go to the okay. So the first thing is that this Ocean Prediction DCC is a 10-year voyage. It's a 10-year voyage, an opportunity offered by IOC UNESCO to our community to contribute to the ocean we want. So we have 10 years. It's the first, it's one opportunity in our career, in our life, to do that, to transform our ocean prediction community to where we want to go. Number 2, we are coming together for a cause bigger than ourselves. We are here not to develop the best science or the best technology, but to serve a clean, healthy, productive, predicted, safe, accessible, and inspiring ocean. This is why we were here together with our leaders to understand why we are doing this. Number 3, this is a UN Decade coordination body. We are not doing the job. We are completely dependent upon the programs, where you will have all the things that innovation and all the ideas that will grow and mature. We will work with DITO for the digital twin, with 4C for this open ocean science, with Course Predict for the course, with James Ocean best practices, etc. And we will work with the other Decade collaborative centers and offices for ocean observing, data sharing, coastal resilience, and the regional ones for Indian Oceans, you name it. And we want this to fill this digital ocean knowledge, combining satellites, observations from satellites, in situ, models, equations, artificial intelligence, digital twins, to build something that can be used actionable in currents, acidity, ice, oxygen, etc. This is what we want to do, a coordination body. We are part of the UN Decade family. Number 4, this is collaborative. It has been said clearly by our previous speakers. Our diversity is our strength. We are too fragmented today to be as efficient as we would like to be, but we can really do that. And this is what the Ocean Prediction DCC is about. Defragment our community, be more connected, be fully inclusive, and identify all the skills, where we are, geography, the resources, the different things that we have to go from science to policy, global to coastal, from one continent to the others. Inclusive. And please monitor what we are doing. And Rebecca and Sudadan force us really to consider what we cannot see. Number 5, practically, we will do 2 things. First, we will put our centers and teams on the map. We want to be identified and visible and empower us to our global community. We have identified regions, global, West Pacific and East Asian seas, Indian seas, African seas, Mediterranean and Black Sea, Northeast Atlantic, South and Central America, North America, Arctic, Antarctic. We have identified focal points. We are starting this, but we want to set up regional leadership, identify who they are. The first thing is to have this ocean prediction map clearly visible, and that we identify where we are without forgetting anyone. And the second one, number 6, is the second one is that we want to define and adopt a common technical language to understand each other, to work together, to share our data, share the knowledge, build something that is more efficient, and offer the possibility to anyone to enter into the data world or the infrastructures of the others, and to really offer the same access to everything to anyone. Technical framework, common standards, common practices, common tools. So this is what we will try to do, working with the programs to identify what is mature enough to become an international standard. And last, the 7, is this is a 10-year voyage, but we want to deliver. We want to have a roadmap with tangible outcomes for our stakeholders. So there is this milestone in 2025 that I like, because we will meet again, everyone, and we must be ready to deliver something then. And Enrique will say what and how, and we will start this co-design activity with all of you to have this roadmap, but really delivering something is our motto. I stop here. I give the floor to Enrique for the final.
Since we are quite late with the timing, I will not do my presentation, but instead of that, I will just launch 3 messages. First, please have a look to our platform, to the platform of the event, where you will find the halls, the virtual halls, all the numerical forecasting systems have been described there. It's really beautiful setup. Then please, we very urgently need your inputs on the Idea Labs. The Idea Labs are those places where you can help us to focus our aims, to focus our objectives. On the Idea Labs, we need your ideas for capacity building, for ocean literacy, and for other questions. So please go there and help us in the Idea Labs, put in your idea there. All this is in the platform. This is announcement number 1. Announcement number 2 is that we will move to a new platform in a few months. This will be much more powerful. We will have the Atlas of Ocean Forecasting Services. We will have the forum, many interesting things. So please stay tuned, because we will move our community in a few months to this new platform once it's ready. And finally, it is very important to highlight that our community will be organized by regions. We are on this building of these structures, of these regional teams, and tomorrow is the day for the regional teams. So please go tomorrow to the meetings on the regional team and help us to build our community based on these regional teams. So this is the fast messages. I give the floor back to Pierre to end the meeting.
Thank you, Enrique. Thank you all. We should have on the screen the map that has been drawn by Maria Calert. She's from Belgium and she has followed everything. So it's an opportunity for me to thank the Executive Secretary Vladimir Yabinin, the Minister Steven Victor, the Councillor Ashok Adisyan, Director General Timur Pesonen, our two ECOPs, Reka Zitoun and Sunda Narayanan for your participation, and all of you for being with us. Let's go for this Ocean Prediction Decade Collaborative Center, and please make sure that you will explore all the possibilities and hear from each other during these 2 days. Thank you very much, and I wish you the very best for the rest of the meeting.